Before you scroll away, before you close this message, I need you to listen. Just for the next 20 seconds. There is a reason you are here, right now, at this very moment. It is not a coincidence, not an accident in the endless stream of your day. You were guided here. A message, a crucial warning, and a divine opportunity has been delivered specifically to you. It is carried by a light so powerful, it pierces through all noise, all doubt, all fear. This is a direct communique from the highest realms. Archangel Michael himself is standing by, holding a decree, a mandate, for your life. What you do in the next few moments will determine whether you receive it or watch it fade. This is your sign. This is your moment. Stay until the end. There is a stillness that exists not in the absence of sound, but in the presence of profound attention. It is in that sacred stillness that the universe delivers its most critical messages. Imagine, if you will, a realm of pure, unwavering light, a dimension where love is the very fabric of existence and purpose is clear as crystal. From this realm, the Creator operates, overseeing the grand tapestry of all souls, all journeys. And within this divine administration, there are messengers, couriers of the utmost fidelity and power, tasked with delivering the Creator's will, His guidance, and His urgent warnings to those on the earthly plane. Among these glorious beings, one stands as a commander, a protector, a princely archangel of fiery faith and unyielding resolve, Archangel Michael. His name itself is a declaration: who is like God? It is a rhetorical question, a constant reminder of the sovereignty and incomparable nature of the divine. He is the defender of cosmic order, the bearer of the celestial sword that cleaves truth from illusion, and the shield bearer against the encroachments of fear and darkness. Now, understand this clearly. The divine does not operate by spam email. The Creator does not send vague, mass-produced fortunes or generic horoscopes. When a message of paramount importance is destined for you, a soul on a specific, critical juncture of your path, it is dispatched with precision, with care, and with absolute intentionality. It is hand-delivered, so to speak, by a courier of the highest order. This is not a metaphor. This is a spiritual reality. Archangel Michael is that courier. He does not merely whisper on the wind, he arrives. He stands at the perimeter of your awareness, holding a sealed decree, a package of spiritual instruction, insight, and commandment for your eyes only, for your heart only, for your situation only. It is tailored to the intricacies of your life, your struggles, your hidden prayers, and the destiny written upon your soul before time began. The contents of this delivery are sensitive, powerful, and time-sensitive. They cannot be intercepted by other influences. They are shielded by Michael's own blue flame of protection. But they require one action from you to be activated: your receptive attention. Your conscious choice to accept the delivery. Why a courier? Why such a direct method? Because we are at a point in the collective spiritual timeline where the background noise is deafening. Distraction is the weapon of the age. Doubt has been seeded like a weed in the garden of faith. Anxiety shouts, fear broadcasts on every channel, and the mundane demands of life create a constant static. In such an environment, a gentle nudge, a soft suggestion, can be easily missed. It can be brushed aside as a random thought, a daydream, a moment of wistfulness. But for those at a crossroads, and many of you watching are precisely there, a gentle nudge is not enough. The stakes are too high. The opportunity is too great. The potential shift awaiting you is too monumental to be left to chance. Therefore, the divine, in its infinite mercy and strategic wisdom, escalates the method. He sends a courier. He sends the commander. He sends Michael not with a request, but with an order. An order born not of tyranny, but of desperate, loving urgency. A father does not politely suggest his child move away from the edge of a cliff. He commands, stop. With all the authority of love. This is the nature of what is being delivered. What could this package contain? It is different for every soul, yet its core purpose is universal: alignment, activation, and protection. For some, it contains the final piece of a puzzle you have been struggling with for years: the sudden, clear understanding of a relationship, a career move, a financial decision, or a health path. It is the aha moment that recontextualizes your entire past and illuminates your future. For others, it is a specific warning, a spiritual alert about a path you are currently on that, while it may seem logical or comfortable, is leading you away from your soul's contract, draining your energy, and putting you in a vulnerable position. Michael's warning is the flashing beacon that says, divert course now. This choice, this habit, this association, this mindset, it is a detour into a wilderness you do not have to traverse. He highlights the hidden pitfall you are about to step into, so you can sidestep it entirely. For yet others, the package contains a long-withheld blessing, a release of spiritual authority, or the activation of a dormant gift. It is the key to a door you have been praying to open, the green light for a project seeded in your heart by God Himself. It is the sudden download of courage to speak, to create, to love, to build, to heal. But here lies the critical, non-negotiable condition of this divine courier service: you must sign for the package. You must acknowledge the delivery. In spiritual terms, this means you must consciously choose to be present, to be open, and to obey the first instruction. Archangel Michael's warning, "I order you to open this before it's too late," is that first instruction. The opening is not a physical action with your hands. It is an inner posture. It is the lowering of your mental defenses. It is the quieting of the cynical inner voice that says, "This isn't for me," or "This is just fantasy." It is the deliberate act of shifting your focus from the outer world of problems to the inner world of reception. To open is to say, with your silent will, "I am here. I am listening. I accept this divine communication. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. I am ready for my orders." This act of inner opening creates a resonant frequency, a matching vibration, that allows the encrypted message meant for you to decrypt and unfold within your consciousness. The message will come through in the language of your soul, a sudden profound knowing, a series of synchronicities that are too clear to ignore, a dream of startling clarity, a scripture that leaps off the page, or a deep, calming assurance that directs your next steps. The phrase, "before it's too late," carries immense weight and is not used for dramatic effect. In the spiritual realm, there are indeed windows of opportunity, kairos moments, appointed times when the celestial alignments, your soul's readiness, and the needs of your life converge to create a portal for monumental shift. These windows are not permanent. Energy moves, circumstances evolve, and the choices you make in the physical world either align you with that window or cause it to gently close. To wait is to allow the static to return. To procrastinate is to let the urgency of the mundane override the urgency of the eternal. The "too late" does not imply a punitive punishment from God. It is the natural consequence of missing a divinely scheduled train. You will not be condemned, but you will have to wait for the next cycle, often involving more hardship and lessons, to reach the same point of opportunity. The pain you are in now, the confusion, the feeling of being stuck, this is the very reason the courier has been dispatched. This is the window. Your acknowledgement of your need is part of what summoned him. Look at your life right now. Be brutally honest. Are there areas that feel stagnant, blocked, or repeating in painful cycles? Are there prayers that seem to hit the ceiling and fall back, unanswered? Do you have a sense of impending change but no clarity on what to do? Have you felt an unusual, persistent tug on your heart lately, a sense that something big is about to happen, but also a fear of missing it? These feelings are not random anxiety. They are the spiritual equivalent of notification pings. They are your soul's awareness that a high priority message is in the divine inbox, awaiting your download. Archangel Michael is the notification system. He is the one amplifying that tug, making it undeniable, giving it a voice that says, "Pay attention." Critical update available. This opportunity, as stated, will not come back again in this exact form. The specific configuration of grace, the particular wording of the mandate for this phase of your life, is unique to this moment. You are a different person today than you were yesterday, and you will be different tomorrow. The divine strategy for you evolves as you evolve. The package delivered today addresses the you of today, with today's challenges and today's level of faith. If you ignore it, by the time a similar moment circles back, you will have changed, the circumstances will have changed, and the delivery will be different, often requiring you to first navigate the consequences of having missed the previous one. Do not consign yourself to unnecessary hardship. Do not choose the long and winding road when the Archangel is clearing a straight path before you. So, how do you proceed from this very moment? First, cease all frantic searching outwardly. The answer is not in frantically seeking another video, another guru, another piece of external advice. The courier has already arrived. The message is here, in this space, in this commitment you are making to see this through. Your first act of obedience is to stay, to quiet yourself, to listen not just with your ears, but with the entirety of your being. As we continue, we will move deeper into the specifics of what Archangel Michael's order might entail for you. We will unpack the nature of divine mandates, how they manifest, and the practical steps to align with them. This is not about passive listening, this is about active engagement with the divine will. You are being recruited for a mission in your own life. Archangel Michael is your briefing officer. This is your briefing. Do not leave the room. The order from Archangel Michael is not a burden, it is a key. It is the key to a prison you may not even realize you are living within. The walls of this prison are constructed from deferred dreams, tolerated dysfunction, inherited limitations, and agreements made with fear. The air inside is thick with the question, what if? And the scent of fading hope. You have, perhaps, decorated this cell, made it livable, told yourself it's not so bad, that everyone has their struggles. But in the deepest quiet of the night, your soul rattles the bars. It knows this is not your true dwelling place. The arrival of the Archangel, with his sword of truth and his shield of faith, is the sound of the jailer being overthrown. His order to, open this, is the command to stop pretending the door is locked. It has been unlocked from the outside by grace. You only need to push. Let us understand the anatomy of this divine order, for it is structured with supreme intelligence. It has 3 core components, each vital for your liberation. The first is illumination. Before you can follow an order, you must see the battlefield clearly. You must discern truth from lies, light from shadow, your divine path from the clever forgeries laid before you. Michael's first function is to cast a brilliant, unwavering light upon your current reality. This light is not always comfortable. It will reveal things you have preferred to keep in the gentle gloom of denial. It will show you where you have given your power away, to a person, to an institution, to a fear, to a past mistake. It will highlight the relationships that are transactions draining your spirit, not covenants nourishing your soul. It will make clear the compromise you accepted, calling it being realistic. It will illuminate the talent you buried, calling it not practical. It will show you the words you stopped speaking, calling it keeping the peace. This illumination is not condemnation. It is the surgical light of a loving physician, revealing the exact location of the wound so it can be healed. The pain of the light is the pain of the infection being exposed to the air. It is necessary. Allow it. Ask for it. Archangel Michael, cut through my delusions. Show me my life as it truly is, as heaven sees it. I am ready to see. The second component of the order is authorization. A divine order is not a suggestion because it comes with the inherent authority to carry it out. When God, through his archangel, gives you a command, he simultaneously grants you the spiritual jurisdiction, the backing, and the resources to fulfill it. This is a revolutionary concept. You are not being told to climb a mountain and then left to scramble with bare hands. You are being handed the map, the tools, the supplies, and the unwavering support of the entire host of heaven. The authorization is your spiritual commission. It is the disbanding of the internal committee that has always voted no on your dreams. It is the silencing of the inner critic that wears the faces of past critics. That voice that says, you can't, you're not qualified, it's too late, who do you think you are? That voice is now under direct orders from a higher authority to stand down. Michael's presence is the enforcement of that order. When you feel the urge to step into a new venture, to set a boundary, to forgive a deep hurt, to create something beautiful, and that old familiar wave of, I can't, rises up, you must now recognize it as a rogue entity, in rebellion against your divine authorization. Your response, fortified by this understanding, becomes, I am under orders from a higher command. I have been authorized. Step aside. The third component is direction. After the light reveals and the authorization empowers, the path must be shown. Divine orders are executable. They come with next steps. These steps are rarely the entire 10-year plan laid out in dramatic detail. That would bypass the necessity of faith, which is the muscle this journey is designed to strengthen. Instead, you are given the next faithful step, and then the next, and then the one after that. The direction often comes as a quiet knowing, a sudden idea that feels peaceful and right, an opportunity that appears without strain, or a door that closes firmly, redirecting your energy. It is the nudge that is now amplified and unmistakable because you have accepted the courier's package. You have tuned your receiver to the frequency of the command. This direction will always move you towards greater love, greater freedom, greater authenticity, and greater service. It will never direct you into malice, contraction, fear, or the diminishment of another. If the guidance you believe you're receiving leads to those things, it is not from the divine courier. Michael's sword is precisely for cleaving such counterfeits from your mind. Now, with this understanding, we must address the primary obstacle to receiving and acting on this order, the human will, entangled with fear. The command is to open this. The will can refuse. It can say, the light is too harsh. I prefer the familiar shadows. It can say, this authorization is too grand. I am comfortable in my smallness. It can say, the direction is too uncertain. I will stay where I am, even if it hurts. This refusal is not a one-time dramatic rebellion. It is the quiet, daily resistance of habit, of comfort, of the fear of the unknown. It is hitting the snooze button on your destiny, over and over again. Archangel Michael's warning, before it's too late, is the final alarm clock. It is the one you cannot snooze. It is the realization that the opportunity to leave the prison is a momentary gap in the bars, a convergence of celestial events that may not last. The too late is the sound of the lock clicking back into place, not out of spite, but because you chose, through inaction, to remain inside. What does opening look like in practical, daily terms? It begins with a declaration, a spoken or silently held intention. I am open to the divine message sent for me. I accept the delivery from Archangel Michael. I choose to see, to be authorized, and to be directed. This sets your intent. Then, you must create space for the contents to be revealed. This means dedicated moments of silence. Not meditation with a goal, but simple, willing silence. 5 minutes upon waking, 2 minutes in your car before you drive, 60 seconds before you sleep. In that silence, hold the question, what is my order? What is the next step of my divine mandate? And then, listen without demanding an instant, thundering answer. The answer may come later in the day, in a conversation, in a line from a book, in a sudden insight while doing the dishes. Your job is to hold the question and be alert to the response. Simultaneously, you must begin obeying the last clear instruction you already have. The divine order is not separate from your life, it is the highest fulfillment of it. Heaven honors movement. If you know you should be more patient with your child, that is part of the order. If you know you should stop gossiping at work, that is part of the order. If you know you should start saving that small amount of money, that is part of the order. Obedience in the small, visible things tunes your instrument to receive the score for the grand symphony. It demonstrates your readiness. It proves you can be trusted with more. To sit passively, waiting for a lightning bolt to tell you to start a multinational ministry while you ignore the chaos in your own home and heart, is to misunderstand the process entirely. The Archangel's order filters down into the granular details of your integrity. Each act of alignment, no matter how small, is a yes to the courier, and invites the next layer of the message. You will know you are successfully opening and aligning by the signs. A deep, inexplicable peace will begin to settle over you, even if outer circumstances are still in flux. This is the peace of being in right alignment with your commander. Synchronicities will increase, those moments of meaningful coincidence that feel like winks from the universe, confirming you are on the right track. You will find doors opening that were once shut, and doors closing that you once struggled to hold open, and you will feel a sense of relief. About the closed ones, resources will appear, not necessarily millions, but the right amount of money, the right contact, the right piece of information, at the right time. Most importantly, you will feel a resurgence of hope, not a flimsy, wishful hope, but a solid, grounded knowing that you are part of a plan much larger than yourself, and you are being actively guided through it. This is not a fairy tale. It is the operational manual of a soul in cooperation with the divine. Archangel Michael is not a mythical figure from a stained glass window. He is a present, active, powerful intelligence of love and strength, whose entire purpose is to ensure the success of the divine plan, which includes your personal journey and fulfillment. His order is an act of extreme empowerment. He is handing you the sword and saying, this is yours to wield. I will train your arm. I will stand at your side. But you must lift it. You must take the step. The prison door is open. The battlefield is before you. Your destiny is calling. The time for hesitation is over. The next part of this communication will delve into the specific areas of life this order is likely to address for you, the realms of relationships, purpose, health, and legacy. The light is about to become more focused. The authorization more specific. The direction more clear. Do not look away. The divine order, once accepted, does not hover in the abstract. It descends with purpose into the very soil of your daily existence. It seeks to transform not just your spiritual sentiments, but the tangible realities of your life, the relationships that shape your days, the work that fills your hours, the health that sustains your vessel, and the legacy that will echo beyond your years. Archangel Michael, as the Supreme Field Commander, is a strategist. He does not deal in generalities. His mandate will crystallize in specific areas, targeting the precise points where your divine blueprint is being obstructed, compromised, or underutilized. Let us now bring the light, the authorization, and the direction into these 4 core arenas. This is where your obedience becomes action, and your transformation becomes visible. First, the arena of relationships and connections. This is often the primary field of spiritual battle and growth. Your connections are mirrors, catalysts, and divine assignments all at once. The Archangel's order will bring immediate clarity here. It will compel you to see every relationship through the lens of divine purpose. Does this connection elevate, encourage, and align me with my highest self, or does it diminish, drain, and divert me from my path? The illumination will be swift and undeniable. You may suddenly see the truth of a long-standing dynamic, one where you have been playing a role, the rescuer, the placator, the silent sufferer, that was never assigned to you by God. You will see where you have confused loyalty with compromise, and love with possession. The authorization you receive here is profound. You are now empowered to establish, enforce, and maintain divine boundaries. This is not an authorization to be cruel or to abandon others in their need. It is the sacred right and responsibility to protect the spiritual territory God has entrusted to you, your peace, your energy, your calling. For some, the order will be to speak along with held truth in love. For others, it will be to lovingly detach from a connection that is fundamentally toxic, even if it is familial or long-standing. For many, it will be to forgive, not because the offense was okay, but because carrying the poison of resentment is a direct violation of your own soul's integrity. Forgiveness, under this order, becomes a tactical move of spiritual warfare, disarming the past of its power to sabotage. You're present. You are authorized to release people to their own journeys with God, without feeling responsible for their choices or their happiness. This authorization will feel like a deep, solid strength rising from within you, a no, that is as loving as a yes, because it protects the sacred space where your destiny is cultivated. The direction will be practical. It may be to have a specific conversation by a certain time. It may be to cease a particular pattern of communication, like gossip or complaining. It may be to reach out and reconnect with someone you were meant to collaborate with. It may be to invest more quality presence in your relationship with your children or partner. You will know. The feeling will be a compelling pull toward integrity, accompanied by the peace that confirms it is from the divine, even if the action itself feels challenging. Second, the arena of purpose and vocation. This is the expression of your unique divine signature in the world. It is not merely your job, it is the total impact of your gifts, passions, and actions. Many are living in a quiet desperation here, feeling the ache of unused potential, the frustration of work that feels meaningless, or the fear of stepping into a calling that seems too large. Archangel Michael's order cuts through this paralysis. The illumination will reveal the lies you have believed. It's too late to start. I'm not good enough. I have to do this one thing forever. My dream is not practical. It will also highlight the ways you have hidden your light to avoid jealousy, criticism, or the burden of responsibility that comes with greatness. The authorization here is nothing short of a royal commission. You are authorized to claim your space, to own your gifts without false humility, and to build, create, and lead. You are released from the need for universal approval before you begin. You are empowered to take the first step, however small, on the path that sets your soul on fire. This authorization dissolves the false dichotomy between the spiritual and the secular. Your work, when aligned, becomes worship. Your business becomes a ministry of provision and integrity. Your art becomes a channel for healing. Your daily tasks become acts of sacred service. You are authorized to prosper, not as an end in itself, but as a means to greater influence, generosity, and the fulfillment of the vision placed within you. The direction will involve movement. It may be to enroll in that course, to finally build that website, to write the first page, to make the prototype, to have the exploratory call, to update your resume with truth about your capabilities. It will be a step that requires faith, a step off the visible ledge onto the invisible bridge. The order will not tell you the entire bridge is built, it will command you to take the first step, with the assurance that the next stone will appear as your foot descends. You must act on the part you can see. Procrastination in this arena is direct disobedience to the courier's package. The universe cannot fill a motionless vessel. Third, the arena of health and vitality. Your body is the temple of your spirit, the vehicle for your mission. It is impossible to fully execute a divine mandate if your vessel is neglected, abused, or perpetually drained. The Archangel's order brings a fierce, loving focus to your physical and energetic well-being. The illumination may be uncomfortable, revealing habits of neglect, poor nourishment, lack of movement, or toxic substances you have used to numb stress or pain. It will show you how you have used busyness as an excuse to ignore your body's signals, or how you have accepted a state of low energy as your permanent lot. The authorization granted is for stewardship and reclaiming. You are authorized to prioritize your health, not as a vanity project, but as a sacred duty. You are empowered to say no to demands that chronically deplete you. You are given the authority to rest without guilt, to nourish your body with intention, and to move it in ways that bring joy and strength. This is not about attaining a societal ideal of perfection, it is about achieving operational readiness for your calling. You are authorized to seek the right help, the practitioner, the therapist, the regimen, that supports your wholeness. This authorization overrides all feelings of unworthiness or the belief that you don't deserve to feel vibrant. Your vitality is a resource for the divine plan, and you are ordered to protect it. The direction will be clear and incremental. It may be to drink the first glass of water in the morning, to take a 10-minute walk, to go to bed 1 hour earlier, to eliminate one toxic food, to book the long-avoided checkup, to practice 5 minutes of deep breathing. These are not trivial, they are the foundational acts of obedience that rebuild your temple, brick by brick. As you obey in the small things, you will feel energy return, clarity increase, and a renewed sense of inhabiting your own life. This is the physical manifestation of the order taking root. Finally, the arena of legacy and eternal impact. This transcends the brief span of your earthly life. It is about the seeds you plant that will grow in generations you will never meet, the love you amplify that ripples through the collective consciousness, the truths you stand for that strengthen the moral fabric of your community. The illumination here shows you the transient nature of so many of your worries and the eternal nature of your choices. It asks the piercing question, what are you building that will last beyond you? It exposes the emptiness of pursuits rooted solely in personal gain or temporal praise. The authorization is grand. You are authorized to think and act like an eternal being. You are empowered to make decisions based on a timeline that extends beyond your lifespan. You are released from the fear of being forgotten and invited to invest in what is truly unforgettable, a kind word that heals, a truth spoken that sets someone free, a creative work that inspires, a family line healed, a community served. You are authorized to use your resources, time, talent, treasure, and influence, with this eternal ledger in mind. The direction will often be toward mentorship, generosity, or an act of courage that sets a precedent. It may be to write down your story for your grandchildren, to fund a cause you believe in, to teach a skill freely, to stand up for someone who has no voice, to leave a situation better than you found it. It is living every day with the conscious awareness that you are contributing to a story that began long before you and will continue long after, and your chapter is meant to be one of glorious, faithful contribution. In all these arenas, the constant is the presence of the Archangel as your strategist and protector. As you move in obedience, you will encounter resistance, internal doubts and, at times, external pushback. This is not a sign you are wrong, it is a sign you are threatening the status quo, both within yourself and in the spiritual atmosphere around you. This is where Michael's role as defender becomes visceral. Call on him. Archangel Michael, clear the path. Surround this situation with your blue light of protection. Fortify my courage. Cut the cords of fear. He is assigned to you for this mission. Utilize his strength. The order is your map. He is your guardian on the road. The journey is yours to walk. The transformation in these 4 areas is the undeniable evidence that the courier's package was real, and that you had the courage to open it.